All ready? Everybody ready? Everybody ready? That's it. She's still on. Let me know if she gets back. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order for Tuesday, August 18th, 2026, regular meeting of Chambersburg Area School Board of Directors. If you would, please rise and join me for a Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Prior to this evening's meeting, the board did meet in an executive session to discuss real estate and legal matters. One other item, Mrs. Gauss was on the phone line a minute ago. I'm not sure, might have had a technology glitch or something, but she may be joining back on and attending us remotely here today, this evening. Item 2.03, approval to adopt tonight's agenda. Motion and second, please.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Diller, second by Mrs. Gogler. Any questions, discussions, revisions, requests? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Item 3.01, Superintendent's Report, Mr. Bigger.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Norcross. We are one Trojan community with our goal of having schools of distinction by 2030. We're going to continue to add strategies to our goals and making arrangements for the start of the school year at the same time. With each start of the year, we gain an opportunity for a fresh start or a clean slate, whether that's myself as superintendent, a student coming into the hallway from last year, maybe not having the best year. It's a fresh start. It's a clean slate. We did hold a kickoff event at Cassius for all staff, and we recognized years of service for 10, 20, 30, 40, and 45 years, which we have someone in the room that hit that number. We're going to recognize in a little bit. We also recognize a special recognition for Scott Schoenberger for his heroic efforts last year, along with many, many other folks who helped in that event. Our food service provided a tasty luncheon in the afternoon, and we hosted Fan at Metal and joined us as we welcomed Gary Brooks, a motivational speaker who focused a lot on humor, dignity, and the reality of today's profession. Excitement is building for the students, staff, and families within our district. With strategic initiatives underway, we continue on our path towards grade configurations, redistricting, and going out to bid on our new buildings shortly. This fall and winter for you, the school board, will be very busy. I provided you a document that outlined a draft calendar of meetings and topics for you to preview. We will be adding more, not taking many off in the coming months, but it is shaping up to be a very busy fall. There are some Act 34 hearings on there, which are additional dates and additional meetings. So we'll need you for those hearings in the next couple months. My last piece of advice, as we start school, have fun. Enjoy the work with students and enjoy your day. If you're having fun, students are having fun. So have a great start to the year, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Bigger. I'm going to repeat a little bit from 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow, school buses start running with your, other folks' children on them. So for those of you who are commuting and maybe got used to not seeing school buses, don't be in a hurry. Give yourself a little extra time and pay attention to those yellow and red flashing lights. To our direct students and teachers, to students and families, families, ask your children about how their day went. I share a story, and you might only get a one-word answer, but keep asking them. I'd come home and say, Mary Kate, how was your day? Good. Well, I kept asking her, good, but anyway, don't hesitate, just keep asking them how their day is. As far as the students, when you get home, not all the time, but think about turning off your TV, your laptop, your gaming console, your phone, whatever that technology device is. Do your homework, get some rest, go to bed, and get up and be fresh and ready to go to school. When you get to school, hug your teacher or admin, or at the very least, say thank you to them. And to the teachers, you've been there before, you've done this, you're all experienced, but you know, thank your students for being there, and thank your parents for being great parents to your students. And that concludes my remarks.
I have 3 reports for Kurt, Tammy, and Tina tonight. Just short updates before we start school.
All right, I'm out of order already.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Who's going first?
Kurt's first.
Thank you. This week, all our elementaries had open houses. Most of them were last night. They went very well, and the middle schools as well. And just today, our high school hosted the Freshman Academy. I took a picture. I wish I could throw it up on the screen, but the field house was packed, and the kids were having a great time, and excited to come back. Prior to our elementary open houses, they did kindergarten kickstart. It's a great first impression for our parents. Our parents meet with the principals. They talk everything about school, from arrival, lunch, dismissal, why the teachers get to get eyes on kids. So our kickstart also went very well. At the high school, we have a hot topic. It's out there a little bit in the news as well as on social media about our cell phones. Just want to let you know that our admin team at both CMS and Caches have done a great job planning for this, meeting with teachers. What's it going to look like? It is bell to bell from the time that students get there, right before the first period starts. Their phones will go in their lockers and remain there until the last bell of the day. So I want to thank Rod and Sean at Caches and CMS respectively for that. Registration has been very busy since really August 3rd. We have a current count of 634 kindergarten students with 21 more open, so we'll have more coming in the next few days. And we have 186 approved students, kindergarten through 12th grade, since August 3rd, with still close to about 100 that just came in this week that we're still processing since Monday. I want to talk a little about schools of distinction now. 2 years ago, the Chambersburg Area School District had a blueprint committee. They established the core pillars, which we presented on and talked about district-wide progress. As we build one Trojan community by advancing academic excellence to modernizing our facilities and instructional programs. This is driving most of what our presentations have been the last year and a half. From all students reading, writing by the end of 3rd grade, to our new intermediate and new middle schools, to creating academies at the high school level. The overriding schools of distinction objective requires every district school to achieve school distinction status by 2030. To lead this initiative, all district administrators completed an intensive Schools of Distinction boot camp, preparing them to guide building level data analysis, strategic planning, and pathway selection. Each school established a dedicated building leadership team, led by its principal. These teams conducted deep dives into looking at their data and analysis using multi-metric performance data, recognizing that a one-size-fits-all doesn't work for our district, so each school is in charge of their pathway to a school's distinction. They met consistently throughout the school year, and many of the schools met for at least 2 days over the summer to finish their action plans. They were in the Friday folder this last week. The high schools are undergoing the formal middle states accreditation process to validate rigorous academic and institutional standards. Most of the elementary and middle schools are targeting the U.S. News and World Report's best school status based on state assessment growth, student achievement, and subgroup performance. And 2 of our elementary schools are going after the National Gold Star School that looks at school culture, empowering people, and optimal systems by auditing operational excellence. The central office, our part in this, the accountability, one of our governance and accountability pillars, is to support Plans are submitted to the directors, followed by a final review by Chris and I and feedback. All plans incorporate a target of 10% improvement across the board in benchmark achievement scores as one key quantitative indicator among broader performance measures. To ensure continuous momentum, we will be doing 2 visits during the year. The first one will be most likely towards the end of September, beginning October, to get to all 17 schools. And we'll be looking for that the building, we'll be looking at what are the goals of the building and do they have SMART goals. And you may ask, what are SMART goals? They're specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're relevant, and they're time-bound. And then February, we're going to be doing a mid-year review, really holding up a mirror to the school's performance, evaluating their interim data, deliver constructive feedback, identify gaps to deploy targeted support, and looking at what PD do our folks need. So that's my report on the schools of distinction status. So I'll turn it over to Tina.
Good evening. I hope everybody is having a good week thus far. I know we are certainly ready to invite our students back, and we look forward to welcoming them tomorrow. So first off, I am thrilled to report that the HR department is fully staffed once again. I can tell you that having a complete staff in place has made a significant difference in our capacity to support our district staff and to serve our schools efficiently. So before I dive into the hiring numbers, I gave you a little bit of a glimpse of it during in the board report on Friday, but I just need to take a moment to publicly recognize and extend a heartfelt thank you to the entire HR department. Those staff members have worked tirelessly behind the scenes all summer long, navigating mountains of paperwork. And when I say mountains of paperwork, I'm talking, what's the highest peak? Mount Everest size. Thank you, Mr. Widman. We've also have the pleasure of going through background checks, making sure everybody is clear to be in the district with our kiddos. Many meetings with the new staff, again, doing all of this to ensure that the district is ready day one. Their dedication, late hours, unwavering care for our school community are the exact reasons why we are in such a strong position tonight. So as you can imagine, our primary focus over the summer has been getting high-quality staff members into our classrooms and into our operation departments. So, to date, we have successfully onboarded 65 new team members across the district for the start of the school year. And to give you a little bit of a breakdown, we have one new administrator that will be joining us, and that's our new supervisor of transportation. And I believe Mr. Furtado starts tomorrow, if approved this evening. And there's Mr. Furtado. We have 29 professional staff members. We have another 26 support staff members with an additional 9 candidates still working through the onboarding paperwork. We have 6 food service employees, and we have 3 buildings and grounds individuals that will be joining us. And we have also processed to date 33 emergency permits. We have an awesome group of people that are going to be joining our CASD family. I have had the pleasure to meet many of these individuals, and they are outstanding, and they are here because they love kids and they love the Chambersburg community. So looking ahead into the first semester, we are proactively managing 14 scheduled leaves of absence. I'm pleased to share that we already have identified qualified substitutes for 7 of those 14, and we're actively working on getting the other 7 covered, so there will be no interruption to student learning. I know for the HR department, we are energized, we are fully prepared, and we are genuinely excited to start the new school year. I want to also publicly thank the school board for your support in the HR department and in me as your HR director. Thank you. And I guess Tammy's next.
Gonna wrap it up. I'm going to go off script a little bit. I didn't know Craig was going to be here tonight. So I'm going to start with transportation and personally thank Craig Kirkpatrick, who's sitting here in our audience, and he's given me a scowl like he normally does. But he and his staff have worked tirelessly over this past year, implementing a new software program that is finally going to allow us to provide some very nice enhancements for our staff and our students, and we're super excited about it. It has brought some challenges. As of today, we have approximately 700 students who remain unassigned to a bus for either the AM or a PM route or both. Of the unassigned students, you heard Mr. Widman talk about the enrollments that we've had in the last few weeks. Approximately 570 of those students were changes made after the beginning of August. So you can imagine we have, 4 people in the office, Craig, that basically work on routing students. So it's a massive amount of work that goes on down in that office every year. They are working diligently to route students every day. Currently, we are prioritizing our special education population and our elementary students first. The first notifications to families went out this past Friday for those students who were assigned. For students who are still in need of transportation, there are daily updates that are going out. We sent an update out last night. We have one that went out tonight, and we will continue to do that until we have every child routed. While each year we experience students due to various reasons, such as last-minute registration, address changes, or babysitter changes that do not have transportation on the first day of school, this year has proved a little bit more challenging for us. Not any fault of the staff, just purely the volume of what we have to do. We route over 10,000 students in this district. That includes all of our schools and a lot of non-pub schools that go in our community. We're going to continue to assign students with the hope that the majority will be done by the end of this week. So we thank the community for their patience, and we look forward to you enjoying some of the enhancements that we have through the Stop Finder app and some of the other things that we have. For buildings and grounds, I'm happy to report that Matt and his staff completed 9 capital projects this summer, totaled about $1.7 million of investments into our facilities. The solar installs at Scotland and Fayetteville are still in progress, and we're looking forward to those being completed. We currently have 9 custodial positions open, so refer a friend, please. We're still hiring. And things are going well. I think in that area we have we're looking forward to just starting the year and getting things underway. In terms of food service, I'm happy to report for the second year in a row that our staffing levels have remained strong. We have only, and I say only, it sounds like a big number, but only 8 part-time positions. We have about 133 people on our food service staff, so things are going well. The one department I'm not going to talk about tonight is finance. Happy that the governor's budget got passed and we're getting our contingency money, but I'm not going to talk about that tonight.
All right.
Thank you. Admin team. Item 4.01, 45 years of service recognition. Mr. Bigger.
Yep.
Mr. Varner.
I want to come up and say something here. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to read to you, what's on the scroll here that will be permanently hung out in front of the admin building. If you remember, we had one, was it last year? We had one as well. So I think it's a testament to Chambersburg in general that people work for the district for this long. And so the Chambersburg School District is proud to recognize Donnie Kimple for outstanding 45 years of dedicated service. Donnie began his career with the district in September of 1980. Donnie, I was 10. Over a remarkable career spanning 5 decades, just had to throw that in there, buddy. He has faithfully served several schools, including Portico Elementary, Hamilton Heights, and is currently serving as the custodian at the Career Magnet School. His longevity is a testament to his unwavering dedication to the students, staff, and the Chambersburg School District. Those who work with Donnie describe him as someone who truly cares about the students, always willing to lend a helping hand, and is well respected for his kindness, dependability, and positive attitude. Now, I'm going to pause there for a minute. I recognized him at the opening day in service, and he came up front, and I said, "You want to say anything?" He said, "No." He said, "But I will tell you, if it starts to snow, I'm quitting." So on the first snowflake, he said he's quitting. So you did say that. All right. He spent countless hours behind the wheel of the tractor, putting in plenty of seat time to ensure the grass was always beautifully manicured. His attention to detail and pride in his work helped create a welcoming environment for everyone, students, staff, and visitors alike. Many know Donnie for his trademark responses when asked, "How is he doing?" Either "I'm hanging in there" or "I'm OBD, one bad day away from retirement." Donnie's 45 years of service are a testament to his dedication, strong work ethic, and commitment to the Chambersburg Area School District. We want to thank Donnie for his years of service. Come on up, Donnie. You already got one of these. This is just for pictures, and we can hang it out there. But I think Mr. Varner wants to say a few things about you while you're up there.
Yeah, Donnie, I was born in 1980, so if that makes you feel any better. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I am truly honored to recognize someone who represents the very best of dedication and commitment to the Chambersburg Area School District. For 45 years, Donnie has shown up, done his job, and taken pride in doing it well. More importantly, he's always cared about the students and staff he serves. He's known for his kindness, his dependability, his willingness to help, and his positive attitude. Donnie, for 45 years of service, that is a remarkable accomplishment, and your dedication to this district has made a lasting difference. We're extremely grateful for everything you've done for the district, and fortunately for us, you've decided to stick around for another year. Please join me again in congratulating Donnie Kimple on 45 years and counting of service to the Chambersburg Area School District.
One story.
One story. Appropriate story.
Oh, well, in here. No, I'd like to thank yous all. I appreciate this. I appreciate what yous did Friday. I'm not the type of person who wants to go through this. So, thank you again.
Okay. Keystone Health Partnership, Dr. Cawley.
First of all, thank you to the board for allowing me to come to today's board meeting. I appreciate it. Good evening. For those of you who don't know who I am Mike Cawley. I'm the Chief Medical Officer of Keystone Health. I'm also a pediatrician. So the health and well-being of children in our community is both a professional responsibility and a personal passion. 10 years ago, Keystone Health opened a school-based health center within the walls of Chambersburg Area Senior High School. It's actually almost 10 years to the day. And what began as a simple but powerful vision of our founder and CEO, Joanne Cochran, has become a lasting partnership focused on one essential goal: ensuring that students in the Chambersburg School District have access to high-quality, convenient health care as an extension of our pediatric office. So every school day, in fact, starting tomorrow, from 8 a.m. to noon, Keystone Health staffs a healthcare provider in the school who is available to see students with healthcare needs. This access matters. It helps students get timely evaluation, treatment, and support while reducing unnecessary time away from school and learning. And that's one of our goals, is really to keep kids in school who should be in school. And through this partnership, we are able to provide services that make a real difference for students and families. We offer rapid molecular point-of-care testing for illnesses such as RSV, strep throat, and influenza, helping identify illness quickly and allowing students who are well enough to return to class safely. We also provide immunizations, helping families keep children up to date without creating additional barriers or missed educational opportunities. Equally important, we do this with no out-of-pocket cost to families. Let me repeat that. There is no out-of-pocket cost to any families who access services through Keystone Health School-Based Health Center. This is our mission, to make healthcare affordable and accessible to all, and this school-based health center is a meaningful example of that mission in action. Together, we are helping create a school environment that is healthier, safer, and ready for learning. But of course, none of this would be possible without the support, partnership, and vision of the Chambersburg Area School District leadership team. I want to especially recognize Superintendent Bigger, as well as the superintendents who came before him for continuing to support this work. I'd also be remiss if I didn't recognize head nurse Jennifer Helsel, whose commitment and collaboration have helped keep this vision alive and moving forward, as well as the support of the school board as well. So in honor of National Health Center Week and Partner Appreciation Day, Keystone Health is proud to recognize the Chambersburg Area School District with this Certificate of Appreciation. We are grateful for this partnership, proud of what we have accomplished together, and excited to continue working alongside the district to support the health, well-being, and success of students for many years to come.
Hey, Ed. I wonder if I might say a word. Not only is Dr. Colley and Keystone involved, you just heard it, but he also came to Kentucky to Ignite. That just shows you the kind of commitment that they're devoting to our district. And furthermore, like anybody's health, it also includes good oral hygiene and dental health. And it just happened a week ago, I went to my dentist, and Dr. Evan Smith from Harside Dental is now the dental provider here for the district. So for all those that help keep our kids healthy, thank you very much.
Okay. Item 5.01.
Thank you.
Members of the audience are invited to comment on agenda items. Mrs. Jordan, you signed up as a yes.
No script tonight. I'm speaking off the cuff. I just want to say, Chris, I'm nearly 20 years older than you, so you're young, okay? Mr. Norcross, that was a nice president's report. Thank you. That was very welcoming. I looked at the bill list, and I see you're going to be paying the architects. And I did some math, and it was rough. It's rough because I did it on the way here. And the architects for my husband and I will cost us $19.35. And I also look at your list, and I see homeless buses. And I know those kids would love to have a home. So that $19.35 is well worth it for us. And you know my past history. But I had parents. Some of these kids are living in hotels. So, and the other thing, I digress here, well, I'm getting off topic. You're not discussing cameras, you're discussing cell phones. Tomorrow night, there's going to be some talk about flock cameras in this county, and they are being vandalized. And we're all paying for that, just so you know. So that's about it. The kids, have a good year, and listen to your teachers. Thank you.
Any other members of the audience wish to comment on agenda items? Okay. Ms. Scouse is with us remotely online here today, so there is a bit of a lag. So I will pause between votes here as we start getting into the voting items so that the votes can be recorded as such. Section 6, consent agenda for previously discussed items at the previous meeting, committee of the whole 2 weeks ago. So need a motion and second for items 6.01 through 6.18. Motion and second, please.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Gogler, second by Mr. Haydick. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Item grouping 7, consent agenda item, new items. These are items that we did not discuss or 2 weeks ago at the committee of whole meeting. So before, well, I'm going to open it up right now to the admin team, Chris and your team, if there's any of those 16 items, really 15 because 16 Bruce, now you want to maybe elaborate on or comment on, please.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to talk about 4 of them quickly. 7, I think it's 7.07, the field trips. Last year was the first year, I believe it was the first year that we did a whole bunch in a row. We're doing the same thing this year. Had a great question that I put in the Friday folder. We did add columns, but that could be a little bit confusing. In elementary, all field trips are funded or free, with the exception of the Ben Chambers is going on one that the PTA completely pays for. Now the district pays for transportation for the grade level field trips that happen K through 5th grade. In the secondary, unless it is a grade level trip, the bulk of the field trips are sponsored and paid for by students raising funds. So those are the student activity accounts. If you see it's paid for PTA, student activity account, or boosters, we are not paying for the transportation. They're paying for that as well. And generally all student grade level trips in middle schools, we do pay for the transportation. We secure outside funding. The 6th grade goes to the farm show. 7th grade goes to a Christmas carol, generally up in Gettysburg. The 8th grade's working on a trip unless they already have one. The next item is 7.08, new position. I just wanted to let you know that that is a cost-neutral position. We significantly are reducing the amount of stipends that we're paying teachers through credit recovery and CVA by the work that the high school and CVA has done. And we are basically using that general fund money to pay for this position. And we have a good problem about when we started CVA middle school science years ago. We had a teacher that taught it. Had a low case count for students, gifted students. It was 12 when he started, I believe. I remember Melissa telling me that number. It's now at his limit of 65 students that are gifted, and he doesn't have time to teach those science classes during the day. 7.10 is a 2-year agreement that's with Shalom for 3 to 4 students that would join our swimming and diving teams. Mr. Kimple is fine with that as long as the PIAA blesses it. I didn't hear that as of yet today. I know Mr. Bigger and I spoke to Mr. Kimple earlier this week, but we'll reevaluate that after 2 years, and we're fine with Shalom having 3 or 4 students on our swim team. 7.15, there are 7 contracts there. 5 are reoccurring, and we have like the cost increases. One, I believe, is no increase for the year. There are 2 new contracts. One was New Story, where they provide extended school year for some of our special needs students that were attending New Story, outside placement. And then the other one is a career development partnership. So those are the 4 I just wanted to talk about briefly. Take any questions you have.
None for me. That's good.
Any other items, Chris?
I don't have a-
Before we do questions, I want to do a motion. We'll pull them to motion in a second. Any other items, Chris?
I don't have any comments other than, Bill, from your comment at the last meeting, we do have increases on each contract. Most of them. I think there's a few hit and miss.
I noticed that.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, just want to point that out.
So if there's a couple items we want to ask questions on or discuss, then let's pull them out and do them separately. We'll vote on the group without, and then we'll do individual opportunity for question and answers, and then vote on any specific items. So any items that you want to pull out and discuss separately? Is there one of them, Mrs. Gogler? That you
I
had?
guess 7.07.
707, okay. Any other items?
I'd like to pull out 7.02.
702.
706 and 714.
706, 714. Okay. With the exception of items 702, 706, 707, and 7.14. Do we have a motion and second to approve the other 12 items in Group 7? Motion and second, please.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McKee, second by Dr. Diller. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. 7.02, motion and second, please.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Gogler, second by Mr. Haydick. Questions and answers. If we get too detailed, we may have to go to executive session. But Dr. Diller.
I just wanted to highlight, we're currently down 2 intervention specialists to start the school year. And, you know, with our emphasis on our K-3 program, I think I'm very concerned about that. And we also are working, I know you're working on it, but we're still down two reading coaches. And because of the time frame, it's hard to pull, to get that taken care of here now in September. So we're kind of behind the 8 ball. And I just would like to have the board be apprised regularly about what we're doing about that, because it's hard to get those positions filled, but yet at the same time, it's really not good for kids to have those services. So that's all I have to say for that.
Can the administration clarify, when we have difficulty filling positions, my assumption is that depending on the position, the reason is quite different, why we're struggling to fill it. So can you give us just a better framework for understanding, like, these particular positions, why are they hard to fill? And then other positions, what are the most common reasons that you have difficulty filling a position?
So I think, Dr. Diller, when you say about the reading specialists, you're talking about the ones that we just recently approved, the K-3?
No, there's a total of 4, 2 reading coaches and 2 intervention specialists is what I saw on the list that we have not filled yet. Now, I know I'm kind of hearing that perhaps one reading coach may be close to coming on board, but, you know, I'm concerned.
And you're looking at the list that I had provided in the Friday folder?
Yes.
So looking at that, we have one elementary intervention specialist at Falling Spring that is still available. We actually just had a transfer of one of our intervention specialists, and so we do have 2 still remaining open, counting the new one that just opened. We do have Miss Katie Fike, who's on the agenda tonight. She is transferring, I believe, from a kindergarten position to one of the intervention specialists. We also have the 2 K-3 literacy coach positions that were board approved back the end of June.
Mrs. Clever, you want me to jump in with a little bit? So we have one that I put forward today for the coach, the K-3 literacy coach. However, that's filled from within, so then we have to backfill. So now we're going to have the 3 intervention specialist positions opened. Mrs. Breslin, if you remember, she and I gave a presentation earlier. Mrs. Breslin and I, we have a plan for that to help make sure that those positions are filled quickly, hopefully. But more than that, we want to make sure the kids don't lose instruction time. So we have a plan to make sure that the students from those positions are not losing out. One of those being the coach that we just took. She's still going to have to do walk to read, right? We've talked a lot about walk to read. So before the coach positions, she'll be working with walk to read and then going out into doing the coach position piece. But your initial question was, why are they unfilled? It's difficult to fill those positions with quality people. We have applicants, but the quality that we've interviewed is not what we're looking for right now.
Yeah, but, so I would just like to, from the board, I'd like to know the plan eventually here. I know you're working through
Yep.
all this.
Not a problem.
Okay. Other questions or discussions? Item 7.02 on the personnel actions. Lengthy report this year, but it's that time of year, going back to school. Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye for item 7.02. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Item 7.06, JROTC field trips or trips. Motion and second, please.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Leonard, second by Dr. Diller. Mr. Leonards.
Okay, I noticed that most of these trips involve a cost to the student, okay? I'm not sure, it doesn't really say what the costs are for, and I mean, does it cover transportation or?
Go ahead. Well, when you say cost to the student, they do fundraising, they get sponsorships. So I'm not sure that the cost to the student, unless it's a national or the next step for the competition. So for the basic trips,
Provide the transportation to all these?
we bought a van for ROTC, so we have a van that we transport them. So I don't think they're paying much out of their own pocket for these trips.
Well, I know some of it is reimbursed by the Navy, but I don't know if all of it is, you know. It just says it's eligible to be reimbursed, but.
Yeah.
But I guess my deeper concern is, you know, if there is a cost, I mean, because on here it says, you know, each cost of trip, you know, cost per student, and it varies from $30 to over $100 on some of the trips. If it's got to, you know, if this is going to be a deterrent to some of the families or some of the students from joining the ROTC program.
I don't think there's a deterrent there or a barrier. I think he subsidizes.
I don't see that as a concern, but I can look into it and just make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, because, I mean, $30 might not seem, you know, like a whole lot to us, but some families, you know, may not be able to afford, especially there's, I don't know how many trips are there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, so, you know, it adds up, and I'm just wondering if the enrollment is gonna suffer because of, you know, the cost.
No.
It's over 220 right now. Now they are expecting it to drop a little bit once the rules get
Yeah.
established, but I mean, it's not impacting their enrollment at all.
And Bill, now we do cross enrollment, so we have students from other school districts participating in our program, which is different than when you were here before.
Okay.
So it's not just Chambersburg students, it's from every school district, maybe except Phantom Meadow, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I can check with Mr. Apgar tomorrow and make sure that it's not a deterrent.
Okay, all right.
And it's, I mean, it's not an easy task. Fundraising is never an easy task, but Commander Apgar does a great job at it, and he has a very good platform to work with. So he's blessed in that regard. And as far as the van, right, that was donated by funds from the service organizations as far as the initial purchase of the van.
Yep.
All the service clubs, basically,
Like the VFW.
donated that van to the district.
And they pay for a lot of the trips too.
Okay.
Oh, good question. Any other questions or discussions for item 7.06? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Item 7.07, 26-27 school year proposed field trips. Motion and second, please.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Gogler, second by Mr. Piper. Mrs. Gogler.
I just want to comment that I am really pleased to see the list all in one place like you have it this year. And our students are very privileged, in my opinion, to have the quality of field trips, the opportunities. Many students parents maybe take them places, but there's a lot of kids who this is the only opportunity that they get to go to some of these historic places, fun places and so on. And I just think it's wonderful that the district is able to continue to have this type of field trip activity. So thank you.
Other questions, comments, discussion? Okay, hearing none. For item 7.07, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Item 7.14, school year 26-27, Central Penn Education Associates Incorporated, contract for psychoeducational evaluations. Motion and second, please.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Haydick, second by Mr. McKee. I'm sorry, who asked for this one?
I did, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Leonard?
Yeah, and I see you have the increase there from,
Yep.
year over year. But I was just wondering, I was trying to get a feel of the scope. This is like a per evaluation, per review, per hour, per. So what's the? Do we have a total cost? That.
I can't give you a line item, but go ahead, Kurt. Yeah.
So some of the,
I mean, a ballpark. It's
Right.
going to vary year to year. I know, but
yeah.
I mean, just.
it depends when we have to do an evaluation of a student that is,
Spanish speaking generally.
yeah, Spanish speaking in general. So this is the cost for every student that is Spanish speaking that we may need to do that with. So it totally depends on how many students. A couple years ago, we were very lucky. We had a school psychologist that spoke Spanish and did those evaluations for us, and we are always actively looking for another school psychologist that would speak Spanish. But this is just the rate per hour. Generally, you're going to have at least, I'd say, 10 to 12 hours per student.
Yeah.
That we would need to have now that's a full evaluation. Now a reevaluation is less time.
Bill, without throwing a number, we'll put it on the next Friday folder just with the history of that line item expenses.
Okay,
That-
like what did we spend last year?
Yeah, right.
What's in the budget
We'll
for
put that
this
on.
year?
I'm guessing 2 to 3. I mean, I've been involved with special ed with Cherie now last year and this year. I'm going to say 2 to 3 per year might have to go through this level of detail. But we'll look at the line item just to see what the reoccurring cost has been.
Okay.
Other questions or discussions for item 7.14? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Moving on down the agenda. Item 10.01, gifts, grants, and donations. Motion and second to approve our free money.
Move to approve.
Motion by Mrs. Gogler, second by Mr. Leonards. Questions or discussions? Thank you to all of our donors. Okay. No other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Item 11.01, second reading of policies. 2 policies here. Policy 004, membership. Policy 339, uncompensated leave. Motion and second for approval of these policies on the second read.
Vote to approve.
Second.
Stephanie second.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, Mrs. Gauss.
Yep. Motion by Mr. McKee, second by Ms. Gauss. Questions or discussions? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it and so moved. Item 13, board members, any new business items for discussion this evening and potential future meeting agendas or discussions as well?
I have one item, please.
Mr. Haydick.
Maybe a year and a half ago, the board members were invited to visit several elementary schools in Camps North. I found that to be a very, very good experience, and I'm hoping we can tee that up again and visit the rest of the elementary schools or any other schools we haven't visited before summer closed. So I'm just looking forward to getting out there as a group rather than individually going there and being disruptive. I like to have it scheduled just like before.
Other board members interested in a revisit? Okay. Very good. Thoughts, Mr. Bigger?
Just a critical mass would be great. Just if Mike just shows up, then it's just for Mike. So if Mike and friends would show up, that'd be a worthy trip.
Well, I've met some principals that I had not met before, and they said, well, please come and see us, and I don't want to be disrupted just to show up. I'd rather, you know, you guys coordinate it, so.
All right, other items, board members. All right, hearing none for the information items. We have a lot of them this evening. Vacancy summary, district enrollment summary, disposal of books and equipment supplies, student and staff handbooks, LIU report. Well, before I get into the report, any board members, do you care to elaborate on any of the committee reports?
I can just say that the next Franklin Learning Center meeting will be September the 10th, Thursday at 6 p.m. That's it.
Okay.
This is Stephanie. I was sworn in to the LIU board last week. Our first meeting will be the first week in September. I am meeting with Dr. Marchese at the end of this month to get the lay of the land, and I look forward to serving on that board. Thank you for appointing me.
Thank you, Ms. Gauss. Any other reports? Okay. Hearing none, meeting's adjourned. Thank you.